Hello, my wonderful people. Make on hear this current confusion that APC government is doing. They don't start their propaganda. Knowing fully well that the Igbos are the masterminder of propaganda. If you pay attention, you will see the post that is making rounds on X and also on every other platform over this movement called Dayo Nonoga. They call him the spokesperson for Tunumbu's government. And the guy don't draw rain when go fist up if that rain start to beat him, because people are planning for a revolution or protest without even getting the Igbos involved. But this man come out now and signal all the whole Igbos, the Biafrans, the IPOPs, whether both home and abroad, that they are the instigator of the so-called protest. Whereas them themselves knows very well that the Biafrans have nothing to do with whatever protest or whatever they may call it. But all these things now just to draw attention of those who are trying to protest away from the real truth about what the country, what the Nigerians are facing. But anyway, shall make on here waiting this our brother Obi Digbo. He don't tell Tunumbu say Onanoga will destroy Nigeria if you don't restrain him. Obi Digbo to Bola Ahmed Tunumbu. And in another one, nationwide protest, according to Solomon Dalong, it don't capture the same by Onanoga. Your statement is uncharitable and wicked. Ex-minister Solomon Dalong blast Onanoga. All these stories today is about Onanoga this, Onanoga that. According to Obi Digbo, he don't want to say, you will not be safe when the dark clouds you are invoking brings down rain. Obi Digbo wants Bio Onanoga. All those things still boils down to Onanoga saying that the people who is organizing a protest is the Biafrans and P2B. Even the people who have come out to make it clear that they are embarking on this protest. Somebody like Omoyole, nobody have ever called his name. Somebody like Dere Faro to me, nobody have ever called his name. Somebody like area father, Charlie Boy, nobody have ever called his name. Then it is IPOP Biafra. That is the same way they did when the answers happened. They say Nnamdi Kanu is the one that instigated people to begin to protest. All the way from UK. My brother, this life, balance. Anyway, let us read in between the lines. But remember, you need to like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because more of these videos is coming your way. Happy Monday to you all. Happy New Week. And may the God Almighty continue to bless and protect each and every one of us in all our endeavors. Please do not mind my English or my mistakes. Please focus on the message I carry come. The truth is there. The truth there is that the Biafrans, both old and young, have risen up over these evil plans that the so-called Tunumbu and APC government they are trying to place every blame on the Biafrans and the P2B simply because they want to give the dog a bad name to hang it. Anyway, let us read in between the lines. Remember the trending hashtag Biafran Mass Exodus 2024. Bayo Nonoga, you will destroy Nigeria if you don't restrain. If you don't restrain from your unguided statements, according to Obi Digbo. Anyway, let us read. Elder statesman Dr. Chike Obi Digbo has called on Bola Ahmed Tunumbu to restrain his head by Ononoga from making intemperate public statements that could destroy Nigeria, because what he is calling is, even this one, if people start to protest out this one will be more disastrous than the peaceful protests that they are calling, because you signal one side of the country, one region, and they be pointing them that they are the ones that are instigating protests or revolution, even when they are not. Obi Digbo regretted that the special assistant to the president on media and strategy has been making inciting remarks and provocative hate speeches that could not only damage Nigeria's feeble national cohesion, but also set the nation on a needless conflagration. The industrialist condemned Ononoga's recent statement claiming that the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and his supporters called the obedience to be blamed for the planned national protest against bad governments. In a statement released to journalists on Sunday, which is yesterday, Obidigbo lamented that despite Ononuga's experience in media practices and knowledge of Nigeria's troubled political history, the presidential aide continues to spew health and divisive utterances. Many people still remember Ononuga's role during the military era when the Nigerian press adopted guerrilla tactics to call attention to the oppressive regimes in the country. But having witnessed and currently benefiting from the nation's democracy, these veteran journalists have thrown caution to the wind because they are the government of the day. Ononuga has formed the habit of talking down on Nigerians as if he is at the head of the military junta. When he is not withdrawing ill-conceived communications, he churns out statements dripping with deep-seated bile and hateful innuendos sentences. His latest attempt to link the former governor of Anambra State with the youth-propelled national protest comes as one of the unthinking statements unbefitting a presidential aide. Ononuga should be reminded that when the dark cloud he is invoking bring down rain, nobody's roof will be safe, Obidigbo stated. He regretted that at a time when the countless multinational business organizations were leaving the country due to unstable economic indices, the likes of Ononuga should find time to gloat about the last presidential election. Obidigbo stated, Ononuga and indeed all those in public offices should reckon that Nigeria is at a tricky crossroads and show some level of empathy to Nigerian masses who are going through excruciating hardship compounded by insecurity, rising food prices, and cost of living challenges. In his heart of hearts, Ononuga Ogbonoga knows that Peter Obi or Mr. Peter Obi has been exemplary in the conduct and character and has remained focused on the issues of economic development, especially mitigating mass poverty and giving a helping hand to the poorest of the poor. During the electioneering period, Mr. Peter Obi was elegant in his public communications and campaign messaging. He resisted provocations and attempts to be drawn to divisive rhetoric that beveiled Nigeria's partisan politics, which Bola Ahmed Tinubu is part of it. But Ononuga's attempt to single out Igbo for hate by his dangerous innuendo is not lost on well-meaning Nigerians. This is not the first time the veteran journalists should descend so low to promote bigotry and ethnic betting against the Igbos. And it is high time Bola Ahmed Tinubu calls him to order unless Igbo bashing is at the core of the presidential communication. Obidigbo said the myriad of social economic challenges confronting Nigerian trumps the continual efforts to isolate Igbo through nepotism and ethnic bashing, adding that the day iniquity or equity and justice become the hallmark of the national reconciliation, Nigeria will begin the process of national healing and prosperity. Denying Igbo of political offices could be excused, but trying to despoil their reputation and dependence on self-help could end up as the last straw that breaks the camel's back. According to Obidigbo, he cautioned the ZUU. Kidnappers demand 15 million naira ransom for abducted corps members. Where are the police and the military? No, they are in the southeast. Following the abduction of 5 persons by gunmen suspected to be kidnappers in Ondo State, the kidnappers have demanded 3 million naira ransom for each of the victims. Daily Post gathered that the kidnappers made the threat after contacting one of the families of the victims at the weekend. The victims were kidnapped along a Ifon-Owo highway in Ose, local government area of the state, a few days ago. They were on their way from Enugu State when they had undergone the mandatory orientation camp of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, before their vehicles were attacked. During the attack, the driver of the vehicle and a female passenger were shot dead, according to Lawal Happiness, the brother of one of the victims, who cried out over the development. The kidnappers, who had reduced the ransom to 1 million naira from 30 million per victim, suddenly demanded that 3 million naira be paid for each of the abductors. Recounting the audio, he said, "My name is Lawa Happiness, a brother to the copper member kidnapped on her way back from Enugu camp to Akure, whose name is Adewole Paul Oluwaseun, an indigene of Akure and a graduate of the Federal University of Oyo of Oye Ekiti, Foye. She was kidnapped alongside 4 other COP members: Oluwadara Faremi, female; Andrew Patience, female; Ore Bamisi Taiwo, female; and Ajayi Lekan, male, only one. After they were done with their NYSC orientation program, they reported to their PPA accordingly in order to come home to get their stuff for proper resumption. They embarked on this journey on July 18, 2024 and left Enugu State at 9 a.m. We monitored their movement to Onitsha, where their bus was likely delayed, and they later continued their journey to Akure. That was around 3 p.m. on 18 July 2024. They left Onitsha around 3 p.m., got to Asaba around 5 p.m., and got to Ifon by 10:15 p.m. After that, we couldn't get connected to them again. On July 19 of 2024 at 7:45 a.m., we got a call from the kidnapper telling us she had been kidnapped and asking for a ransom of 30 million naira per head. We have reported to the different security agencies, but without any positive results. They will not do anything because they are part of the kidnappers. As of 7 p.m. on July 19, they reduced it to 3 million naira per head, and we have been pleading for help. At 3 p.m. on July 20, 2024, the kidnappers agreed to 1 million naira per head. But as of 1 p.m. on July 21, 2024, they said 3 million naira again. This one is a Ogrinose. If we don't provide that before 9 p.m. on July 21, 2024, they will call us to inform us where we will see their corpses. Nationwide protest, your statement is uncharitable and wicked. Ex-Minister Dalong blast and carpeted Onanuga. A former Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Solomon Dalong, has berated presidential spokesman by Onanuga for claiming that the proposed nationwide protest is aimed at destabilizing the country. He argued that Onanuga's statement was uncharitable and wicked. The former minister lamented that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his low-cost cabal love only the wealth of Nigeria. Speaking via his X handle on Saturday, Dalong insisted that the proposed protest is sacrosanct, adding that it is to demand accountability from those who are destroying Nigeria's common heritage. According to him, the generation of Nigerians demanding for good governance, accountability, and justice are more entitled to Nigeria than a group of scavengers of occupying power positions. Make no mistake about it, we love our country, but at official bat and his low-cost cabal love only the wealth of Nigeria and they're only interested about their own personal well-being. The protests are to demand for the accountability from those who are destroying our common heritage. Nigerians have nowhere to go but at official bat has France, while others have Europe, Canada, and USA whenever they destroy the country finish. Therefore, at Obayo Onanuga, 1956, calling out Nigerians as those planning to destabilize Nigeria is not only uncharitable but also wickedness in the highest order. The generation of Nigerians demanding for good governance and accountability is never a crime. Take it to the bank. The protests are sacrosanct. Deploying antics of divide and rule will not only fail but antiquated. The only antidote to the protest is for Artificial Bat and his cult of plunderers to surrender to the demands of the people. The fear of the protest generating into anarchy is evil imaginations of your mind, calculated at abetting, holding the government responsible. All we are demanding is good governance, which is not too much to ask, according to Solomon Dalong. You will not be saved when the clouds you are invoking brings down rain. Ubidibo wants Bio Onanuga. Elder statesman and the former gubernatorial aspirant in Anambra State, Chike Obidibo, has called Bola Ahmed Tinubu to stop his head by Onanuga from making public statements that could destroy the presence of the so-called ZUU. He argued that Ononuga has been making insulting remarks and provocative hate speeches that could damage Nigeria's feeble national cohesion, whatever you may say it. In conclusion, according to him, this one is just a few messages. He said, but Ononuga's attempt to single out Igbo for health by his dangerous innuendos is not lost on well-meaning Nigerians. This is not the first time the veteran journalist should descend so low to promote bigotry and ethnic biasing against the Igbo people. And it is high time Bola Ahmed Tinubu calls him to order, unless Igbo bashing is one of the discussions they are having whenever the presidential or the presidency gathered for a meeting. Well, my people, I don't hear them when I go take back breaky. And I can have my voice again when we come back. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Siri Men, and one day reporting from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Keep on sharing this message. Kemesiano.